Hi guys, topic for today is constraints in DBMS. So we'll be studying what are constraints, what is data integrity, what is the importance of constraints, and what are the different types of constraints. So these are some of the things that we'll be capturing in this particular video. So first of all, you should understand what are constraints. So if I say constraints are set of rules or conditions or set of parameters which are imposed by the DBA onto the columns of the table is called constraints. Let me repeat. ये सेट ऑफ रूल्स होते हैं या सेट ऑफ कंडीशंस होती हैं जो कि DBA लगाता है किसी कॉलम के ऊपर ऑफ द टेबल. क्यों? इन ऑर्डर टू मेंटेन डेटा इंटीग्रिटी, इन ऑर्डर टू मेंटेन द कंसिस्टेंसी इन द डेटाबेस. ओके, आई विल शो यू विद एन एग्जांपल कि अगर हम कंस्ट्रेंट नहीं लगाएंगे तो क्या प्रॉब्लम्स हो सकती हैं. सो देयर आर डिफरेंट सिग्निफिकेंस ऑफ पुटिंग कंस्ट्रेंट्स. हाँ, थोड़ा कॉम्प्लेक्स इट विल मेक द थिंग्स बट डेफिनेटली इट विल गिव अस द कंसिस्टेंट डेटा. Okay, let me show you with an example. So just go through a definition once again. So if I am saying constraints are set of rules, conditions or parameters imposed by the DBA onto the columns of the table in order to maintain consistent data, in order to maintain consistent data or to maintain data integrity. So I am encircling these two things because ये काफ़ी common words हैं. You will keep on seeing this in the database. Consistent data and data integrity. So before going further, let me just tell you what is data integrity. Data integrity का मतलब होता है कि that we are getting a complete, accurate and reliable data. So when we are getting all of these three things, we are getting a completeness, we are getting the accuracy, and we are getting the reliability in the database. We can say that we have maintained the integrity of the database. If there is any mismatch, if there is something is missing, or if something is wrong, or if something is not accurate, all right, then we can say that we haven't maintained the integrity of the database. Let me show you with an example. I'm constructing a table for you guys so that you can understand the importance of data integrity. Okay, so guys, I'm having a table over here. Table name is STU. This is the name of the table, STU, and it contains SID, it contains SNAME, and it contains SDOB. So let's say there are 5 students in the college, and I have asked these 5 students to put their entry. I have asked these students to put the entry into the table. मैंने उनको बोला कि you just fill the form and the value will come automatically from the form to this database. Okay, so what they have done, the first student name is 1, he put his name X, his date of birth is 1/1, let's say 96. And what is the second? They then come second student, he filled the entry, he put his name Y, he put his name date of birth 10/10, let's say 98. Then third student came and he again put number 1 over here, he put his name Z, he put his date of birth 12/06/99. Then fourth student came, what he did, he put his number 4, he forgot to put his name over here. वो अपना नाम यहाँ पे put करना भूल गया. He haven't put any name over here and he put his date of birth, that is 1/10/97. Then there comes one more student, फिर एक और student आया, the last student, the fifth student. What he did, he put the number 5, he put his name X, and he put, instead of putting his date of birth, he just put at random, let's say 23. So now guys, what happened, this is the information that I have received from these 5 students. What I have done is that I forgot to put, I being a DBA, I am a DBA and I haven't put any constraints. I have put no constraints on this table on STU. तो उसकी वजह से क्या हुआ, because of that, because of not putting any constraint, what happened, when the user was putting entries in that, the user number 1 2 3, the third user, he by mistakenly put number 1. He by mistakenly put number 1 and that number has been accepted by the system and this will give me an error. ये मुझे एक error दे देगा. क्यों? Because what I have done, I have made SID as a key. अगर SID मेरी key है तो then this number should be unique. This whole number should be unique. Alright? But this number is inserted as 1. Similarly, the other student came number 4. What he did, he forgot to put his name. But ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. There should be some constraint on this particular column which I have to make for this column, ताकि यहाँ पे कोई ना कोई name यहाँ पे रहे. And he forgot to put his name over here. Similarly, the fifth student came, he put his SID, he put his name, but instead of date of birth, putting date of birth, what he has put here, number 23. 23 might be his age, but I'm not interested in his what is his age right now. What I am interested is date of birth. So this is called irrelevant datas. These are called irrelevant datas, and because of these irrelevant datas I got inconsistent data. ये पूरा का पूरा टेबल देखेंगे, then it will be a inconsistent data. What I will say, I will get inconsistent data, or I will say I lost data integrity. What that means, there is a loophole in the completeness is not there, accuracy is not there, and the reliability is not there. Okay, so to maintain all these things, being a DBA, it is my responsibility to make sure that all of these columns must contain certain constraints. So these columns must contain certain constraints so that I can get a reliable data. वो constraint क्या होंगे वो हम आगे पढ़ेंगे. I will take the same example for explaining you the types of constraints. Okay. Hi guys, now we are starting the types of constraints, the constraints that we have in DBMS. Alright, so there are generally three types of constraints that we are going to study. The first one is called domain constraints. Domain constraint is that constraint which we put individually on the domains. What are domains? Domains are the columns. Okay, so all the constraints that we put individually on the domains, that is called domain constraints. And the next one is entity integrity constraint, and the third one is called referential integrity constraint. The last two constraints, that is entity integrity constraint and referential integrity constraint, they are also known as key constraints. Why? Because they are the second one is depend upon the primary key, and the third one, referential integrity constraint, depends upon the foreign key properties. Alright, so okay guys, let's start with the domain constraints. If we see domain constraint is further classified into the three main categories. The first one is called unique, then comes not null, and then comes data type. So what are the meaning of these three? If you are saying unique is a domain constraint. Unique make sure that all the values in the column should be unique. All the values should be in the column is different from the one which has already been put over there before. तो अगर मैं इस टेबल के ऊपर unique लगाता, if I have put a unique constraint over here, then what would have happened? I would have avoid this mistake. This number would have been something else, but not either 1 or 2. यहाँ पर जो number होता या तो वो 3 होता या should be more than 3. But because I haven't put this unique constraint over here, what happened? Number 1 has been repeated again. So what is a unique constraint? Unique constraint, it assures that the values in the domain must be unique. Okay, so I have to put this constraint to make sure if I want the different values, distinct value in the column, then I will put this domain constraint onto that particular column. Okay guys, the second type is called not null. When I am saying not null ensures me that there should not be any field remain vacant. There should be no field in the entire column remain empty. तो अगर मैं यहाँ पे not null लगाता, तो उससे क्या होता कि यहाँ पे जो फोर्थ स्टूडेंट है, he has to put his name, उसको अपना नाम यहाँ पे लिखना पड़ता. He must have right to write his name. This field would not have been blank. So what does a not null domain constraint do? It assures that no field of the column remain empty. तो इफ़ आई पुट नॉट नल कंस्ट्रेंट ये श्योर करता है कि उस पर्टिकुलर कॉलम के अंदर कोई भी वैल्यू जो है वो ब्लैंक ना रहे, नॉट नल ना रहे, आई मीन नल ना रहे, सो दैट आई हैव टू पुट सम वैल्यू ऑन दैट इज़ अ नॉट नल कंस्ट्रेंट. द नेक्स्ट वन इज़ डेटा टाइप. Data types come by default with size. Okay, somewhere you will find this size is different domain constraint, but it is not. Size comes with the data type. Okay, sometimes there is mandatory to have size with the data type, sometimes it doesn't. Like in date, timestamp, time, integer, you don't have to put the size. But like other ones like character one, okay, you have to put the size. What is the size of character you want. Okay guys, so what data type ensures me is that अगर मैं यहाँ पे डेट ऑफ बर्थ का डेटा टाइप डेट में डालता तो डेफिनेटली इस वाले स्टूडेंट को नंबर 5 को यहाँ पे डेट डालनी पड़ती. सो इंस्टेड ऑफ पुटिंग हिज एज और वॉट एवर नंबर 23 ही हैज़ पुट, he has written something like that 10/09/97. Okay, so what domain constraint I have to put over here guys, it should be data type. So with the help of data type constraints I won't be having this problem about the date. So what data type assures, it assures, it checks the value in the column must be of same type as of the data type declared for that column. Okay guys, I hope this is clear to you, domain constraints. Now we'll move back to our entity integrity constraint and referential integrity constraints. If you have any doubt in this, just let me know guys. Hi guys, now we are doing referential integrity constraints and entity integrity constraints. Referential integrity constraint based upon the foreign key and entity integrity constraint based on the primary key. So what is the meaning of entity integrity constraint? Entity integrity constraint states that if there is a primary key, if there is a primary key, then the value of the column must be unique and not null. तो अगर मैं इस कॉलम को प्राइमरी की मेंशन करता हूँ तो इसके अंदर कोई भी वैल्यू जो होगी वो एम्प्टी नहीं रहेगी. वैल्यू विल नॉट रिमेन ब्लैंक. देयर शुड बी अ वैल्यू इन ईच पर्टिकुलर फील्ड. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट ऐसा भी नहीं हो सकता कि वैल्यू तो उसके अंदर है एंड दैट वैल्यू इज समथिंग विच हैज़ ऑलरेडी बीन रिपीटेड. सो ऑल द वैल्यूज़ इन द कॉलम मस्ट बी डिस्टिंक्ट, फर्स्ट थिंग. एंड सेकेंड इज दैट no field in that particular column will remain vacant if it is a primary key. So what does entity integrity constraint states? Entity integrity constraint states that if I have mentioned a primary key to any column, then the value in that column must be distinct and there should not be any null value in that particular column. Okay, now next one is referential integrity constraints, which is based upon a foreign key concept. To understand that, I have to construct a different table. I have to construct two different tables and I have to show you how this constraints works. Okay guys, now we are doing the last topic, which is very important of database constraints, that is the referential integrity constraints. This referential integrity constraint is based upon the foreign key. So it is mandatory for you to understand the concept of foreign key thoroughly before understanding this concept. So that's why what I have done, I have made two tables for you and I am trying to explain you referential integrity constraint on the basis of these two tables. So let's first understand what is this table all about. If you see this table, this is the first table of faculty and this is another table of department. And if you see faculty table, it contains two columns, that is FID and F department ID. F department ID is a foreign key, means it is related or referenced to this column of this table. So faculty किस डिपार्टमेंट का है उस डिपार्टमेंट की ID यहाँ पे गिवन है and this department ID is a primary key of this table. Okay, and is mentioned here the department name. I hope these tables are clear to you. So these are two tables. This is the foreign key column and this is the primary key column. Okay, so the referential integrity constraints has two rules, rule number 1 and rule number 2. So let's start with rule number 1. Rule number 1 states that if I want to add any value in the foreign key column, then I can add the value in the foreign key only and only if that value is already present in the primary key of the refer table. Okay, what is the meaning of that? मीनिंग ऑफ दैट इज़ ये कि अगर सपोज करो कि एक फैकल्टी आया, वो फैकल्टी 1 है, उसको ID 1 जनरेट हुआ है एंड दैट बिलोंग्स टू अ डिपार्टमेंट ID 200 एंड डिपार्टमेंट ID 200 बिलोंग्स टू CSE. अब एक फैकल्टी और आता है दैट इज़ नंबर 2. देन इफ़ आई वांट टू असाइन अ वैल्यू टू दिस फॉरेन की, तो जो इस फॉरेन की में जो वैल्यू आएगी दैट वैल्यू मस्ट बी आइदर 200 और 300. means the value that I want to put in this foreign key column must be explained, must be mentioned in the primary key of the reference table. So I cannot write down 400. If I write down 400 over here, it will be wrong. So what I have to do, I have to mention either 200 or 300. If I want to write down 400 over here, first of all I have to add 400 over here. I have to write 400 and explain it is MTE. Then only I can add anything on the foreign key column. Is it clear? So let me explain the rule number 1. Rule number 1 states that value in the foreign key column, can only be inserted if and only if, okay, if the corresponding refer table primary key column contains that value, otherwise not. Okay, so if I want to enter any value in the foreign key column, then according to referential integrity constraint, it will not allow me to put any value in this column which has not been mentioned in the primary key of the refer table. So first of all I have to mention 400 over here. If it is not mentioned, then only I can able to add this one. तो जब तक उसका डिपार्टमेंट नहीं बना होगा तो मैं किसी ऐसे एम्प्लॉय को नहीं ले सकता जो कि ऑलरेडी यहाँ पर रजिस्टर्ड ना हो. सो व्हाट आई कैन डू, आई कैन पुट आइदर 200 or I can put either 300. Okay, and the next second rule is rule number 2. Let me rub this one. Rule number 2 states that if I want to delete any record from the primary key of the reference table, suppose करो कि मैं यहाँ से 300 को delete करना चाहता हूँ. If I want to delete 300 from this table, then I have to make sure that in the foreign key column that value should not be there. So if I want to delete this 300, I have to remove this 300 from the foreign key table. If I will not remove this 300 from this table, then this value will not be deleted. Let me repeat. If I want to delete any record, any value from the primary key table of the refer table, then I have to make sure that value is not there in the corresponding foreign key column. तो मुझे क्या करना पड़ेगा? If I want to delete this 300, either I have to delete all the records which ends with 300, or I have to change the values of all the records which is 300. Either I have to convert into 200, then I can delete this. Otherwise I cannot delete that. Are you getting my point? Is it clear, guys? So what does rule number 2 states? Rule number 2 states that if you want to delete any record from the referred primary key column, then we must either delete that value or change that value in the main table from the foreign key column. Clear guys? I hope this is clear to you. If you have any doubt, you can come back to me. Thank you guys.